Hello everyone, welcome back to Earth Turtle. Today's episode we'll be looking at Earth's second eon, the Archean Eon, where Earth continued to evolve, and we also have a monumental episode in Earth's history, the beginning of life. Before we begin, let's recap our last episode. Last episode we talked about the first eon, the Hadean. During the Hadean, the solar system, the Earth, and the Moon formed. I also broke down how geological time works. During the Hadean Eon, we also have the start of plate tectonics, the atmosphere, and the oceans. Click the link right here if you want to check this video out. The Archean was Earth's second eon. It was from 4 to 2.5 billion years ago. Within the Archean are four eras: the Eo-Archean, the Paleo-Archean, the Meso-Archean, and the Neo-Archean. During the late Hadean, early Archean, we have Earth's oldest rocks. This is evident through zircon crystals. These crystals are very durable and found in many different types of rocks. Their durability explains why they have persisted for so many years. As we explored in the last episode, plate tectonics was still a new process within the Earth. Convection within the Earth's mantle brings material from within the Earth to the surface. Over time, land masses began to form from this material. The first continent, UR, was formed roughly around 3 billion years ago. Later in the Archean Eon, we have a second continent called Arctica. The oceans during the Archean Eon were overall larger than the oceans of today, mostly due to the fact that there weren't as many continents. The salinity, or saltiness, of the ocean was 1.5 to 2 times the amount of oceans today. Also, there was no dissolved oxygen in the water yet. As for the atmosphere, it contained no oxygen for most of the Archean Eon. During this eon, the atmosphere mostly consisted of methane, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. The young sun did not emit as much energy as the sun today. Greenhouse gases such as methane and carbon dioxide help keep the young Earth warm by trapping solar radiation. The big event that occurred during the Archean Eon is the appearance of Earth's first life. This evidence is found in samples dating to be roughly around 3.5 billion years old. These samples were found in volcanic rocks from South Africa and Australia. Earth's early life consisted of very simple organisms. These organisms were single-celled. They were anaerobic, which means that they did not need oxygen to survive. They gained energy to live through chemosynthesis, which is the gathering of energy stored within the earth. They most likely lived in hospitable environments. This included black smokers and other volcanic areas. Black smokers are vents on the seafloor that spew out chemicals and nutrients that allow these organisms to live. These organisms fell into two major groups: bacteria and archaea. Bacteria are single-celled organisms. They have no defined nucleus. They have colonized all habitats on Earth, including organisms. Bacteria are essential for biological processes that include digestion in humans. However, bacteria can also cause diseases. Archaea are also single-celled organisms with no defined nucleus. They have a high tolerance for living in extreme environments, and they are genetically different from bacteria. Later on in the Archean, cyanobacteria appeared. These single-celled organisms can gather together. With excreted mucus, they can make mounds called stromatolites. Living stromatolites can be found today off the coast of Australia. Cyanobacteria were most likely the first photosynthetic organisms. These organisms get their energy from sunlight. They take in carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. This process is known as photosynthesis. This new process of oxygen formation helps supply the atmosphere with oxygen. At the end of the Archean, the Great Oxygenation event occurred. The Great Oxygenation event began about 2.7 billion years ago, at the end of the Archean. The atmosphere was gaining oxygen thanks to newly evolved cyanobacteria. This event was setting up a future for aerobic organisms, or organisms that rely on oxygen to live. However, more oxygen was not beneficial to already existing organisms that did not need it to survive. This led to the extinction of many of these organisms. And that is it for today's episode. We covered roughly around 1.5 billion years in one episode. Join me in the next episode where we'll talk about Earth's third eon, the Proterozoic. Thanks.